And I'm gonna go here. Especially these men who are on this whole high value trip and are thinking, that women, aren't worthy of them. A lot of these men, and I think a lot of men walking around grew up unattractive. Women not wanting them, were rejected. Yes, go back and think about your upbringing. You were not the most wanted. And
Yo,
when they grew up and started growing into their face, their ears start matching their body, and they start going to the gym and exercising and start getting a body, and women start looking at them. Now they too good for everyone. I feel that there is a deeper issue here with, these both men and women not really being open and saying, they want something long term. Because I do feel so many single people are hurt. They have been hurt before, and so they are so hesitant to be in something long term, like marriage or something long term with someone, because they're walking around with this pain that they felt from someone that has hurt them, or they've been hurt before. So, and I think a lot of times they're not aware of this, because I'll speak to guys and I'll say, have you been hurt before? And they'll be like, no, women always saying, oh, you've been hurt, you've been hurt. But let me tell you, they all have a story. Could even go back to fourth grade.
Yeah.
Some girl in this guy told me, some girl in fourth grade, he used to always hang with. And when some new boy entered the class, she stopped hanging with him. And the boy can't forget that up to today. Okay. I mean, I feel like people, especially men, have a hard time getting over someone they really love, and they really just close off from then on. So what can we do or say to men who, are hesitant? I think they need to look inside, because that's not, natural. Normally, as we grow up, we want to have a long-term partner. So if along the way that changed for some reason, we need to look inside and say, why has that changed for me?
Yeah.
Because are we really giving people a chance? Like, what are we doing if we can't be vulnerable and open with someone? But it seems like women have in that area can do that a lot easier. What do you think?
A lot easier. I don't know if it's a lot easier, or we just naturally have the skill of like perseverance emotionally, kind of like women just tend to be able to go through emotional stuff, yo. Like yeah, of course, if someone hurt us when we were 16, our first boyfriend did this to us, like it was so traumatizing. But we're just able, like, okay, we've seen our mom go through us, we've seen our aunts go through us, so we're just able to pick up on that and just keep stepping. And we were able to have those outlets to talk about it, right?
That's true. That's
and then
true.
Men, what outlets do they really have? Or some of them do have outlets, but how often do they use it? How often are they really talking about their feelings with other guys? And guys at a barber shop, when they gather around, they're not talking about their feelings, what's going on at their home, what's going on in their heart, what, the trauma that they have. How many men that are so like they're not with the acceptance of going to therapy? Therapy, I don't need therapy. All the therapists said everything that I already knew. Really? What was the point of going in the first place? Because we all have childhood trauma, all of us. Let's get it really clear. Some is a bit deeper, and but we do have trauma that come over. We've just adults that are living in children's bodies and have a bit more experience on earth, but we have those trauma, and then it shows in the way that we're having our relationships. It definitely shows. And some of the trauma that I had, like my parents are divorced, so I never wanted to get married, although I was kind of like, when I was young, I was engaged to be married, and I could have been married, but I didn't want to get married. To be quite honest, at that time, I didn't want, it was so scary to me. I'm like, I'm so young. I know I accepted that engagement, but I feel like I have my whole life ahead of me. What? And I'm thinking about what happened with my parents, and I'm still trying to understand why it didn't work. So what are the tools that I have to make a potential marriage work? Like I don't know if I have those tools. You know, now in my 30s, I feel like I definitely have those tools, but it's about really being honest and open with like what's in here, how you feeling in here. And I feel like a lot of some men, they don't like to talk about these things because they don't want other people to see them cry. They don't want others to see them vulnerable or weak because they are supposed to show that they're always strong. They are supposed to show that they are the ones to protect and to lead and to do this and to do that, which are all under the umbrella of not showing tears, not showing emotions. So we're walking around with so much stuff inside of us. If we would just talk about it, if we would just talk about it with the right people also,
Right.
with people who are experienced and skilled and trained to help us unpack these things.
That's right.
If 100 people are telling you the same thing, it might be right. It might be right. Right? If you dated women and they were really good, they were nice, they were, you know, they were decent, and then you found something that you keep finding things that just wrong with them, it might be you.
It's true.
Just for us, the same for us. Oh, you know, these guys ain't, no, then, but it might be me. It might be me. And I knew what problem I had. The issue was that I didn't want to dissect why I didn't want to get married because it was out of fear. It was out of fear, like, but then I'm like, I don't want to live out of fear.
That's
I know
right.
why I want to get married. I want to have children someday, whether it's, you know, biologically or adopted kids, and I want them to grow up in a healthy, balanced family. I want it to be a nuclear family. So that's one of the main reasons why I want to get married, because we all don't have to get married. We don't need to. I mean, let's be clear. But if you really want to put kids in there and you really want to do things based on the way, if you're a Christian, then it's the right thing to do, because a unit is better for you, better for the community, better for your country. It's just better all around. But Nikki, it's deep.
And it's so deep. And I wanted to mention, because I feel like a lot of these men, and especially, and I'm gonna go here, especially these men who are on this whole high value trip and are thinking, you know, that women, you know, aren't worthy of them. A lot of these men, and I think a lot of men walking around, grew up unattractive. Women not wanting them, were rejected. Yes, go back and think about your upbringing. You were not the most wanted. And when they grew up and started growing into their face, their ears start matching their body, and they start going to the gym and exercising and start getting a body, and women start looking at them. Now they too good for everyone. A lot of this is coming from a place of hurt. And don't want to offend anyone, but I think we really have to be reflective. As a man, you're in your late 20s, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s. You've never given yourself to someone to commit to. You have to analyze and look at yourself and say, what is it about me that's making me hesitant to do this? Go back in your mind, think about different experiences that's happened to you. Why is it that I feel that I can't be vulnerable with a woman? And if you feel like, you look in yourself and say that you see all the imperfections in yourself. And I think that's the main thing, is that there's still the little kid that was unattractive that women didn't want deep inside.
Absolutely.
And every time they look in the mirror, they see that person that was not good enough. And I don't think they're being honest about that. So these men, and men, again, I'm just encouraging you to do so. If you're always looking at yourself saying all the imperfections in you, still seeing that little boy and can't understand why this woman would want you, I need you to be real with yourself and have that real conversation and look to get healing. Like Jahan said, maybe reach out to someone, different counselors or someone that you can speak to. But it's a deep issue because you're worthy and we want you. And,
Right.
we want couples, we want men and women to get together. But if all these men and women walking around so hurt and not finding value in each other because they aren't over their past, we need to do something about this. It's just too many people out here, too many. Go
Very,
ahead, Jahan.
very, very, very true. I mean, you really hit the nail on the head, honestly, because when you were talking about the high value men, and when high value men, when you look at them as a group, they tend to overcompensate, right?
Oh,
They,
yeah.
they I mean, you can be healthy. Of course, you should be healthy. You should take care of your body. So, but sometimes they overcompensated with like just being really into the whole body stuff, being really into, I gotta earn six figures. I gotta earn that amount of money. Like, I gotta drive that particular car, right? I gotta wear that particular type of clothes. I gotta let people know this is where I go on vacation. This is what I do with my friends. Blah, 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 because it's just masking a deeper issue majority of the time. Because think about it, right? If you were not inherently bred into a family where you just came from old money, right? And
Yes.
you are part of the average set of people on this earth, you really have to, for the whole high value men society, you really have to really work yourself into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are men, I think, that are high value.
Mm-hmm.
That's my definition. And some of them are out here talking about, you cannot define what a high value man is. Yes, I can. My grandfather was a high value man. Did he earn six figures? No. Did he drive a particular car? No. Did he? No. But guess what? That man worked so hard to take care of all his children until the day he died. He was a very hardworking man, very spiritual, raised his children all in the Lord, right? So you want to tell me he's not high value? You know how, let me tell you what makes him high value: the amount of women that would love to be his wife. That makes him high value, not just because it's a number. So when you're talking about high value and what society is now, sometimes it can be a bit disgusting because you hear them speak, and some of them speak so much from hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You just listen to them speak. Don't say nothing. Just listen to them. And you're like, wow, like, who hurt you?
And when I think about it, when I think of a high value man, they don't have to say they're high value. Like they are just identified
Thank
as
you.
such. And the
Anybody
fact,
that have to keep saying what they are, sit down somewhere. Just sit down.
whew. So yeah, so this discussion, I mean, I think we need to have more discussions like this about, the state of single men and women right now, especially in the 30s, 40s going up. I know women who are dating guys in their 50s and are still going through the same mess.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they had a divorce. Oh gosh, don't even get me started on people that have been through divorces now on the dating scene again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
many hurting people that just cannot get over someone. I'm gonna actually put out a course on getting over someone you love. So you guys look out for that coming out, but you got to do the work. It's work, but you got
Getting
to do
over
it.
someone.
Hey, Comfy Couch crew. Thank you for watching another episode of My Comfy Couch. Please don't forget to like, love, share, subscribe, tell a friend, drag a friend. I'm just kidding, but for real, tell somebody about what we're doing here as we can spread the news and have more viewers here and more support. That's something you could do for us. Let somebody know to subscribe. Check us out. If you know that single friend that needs some help, some talking to, send them a video. That's your assignment. Go through our videos and think of a friend and pick one that you can send to them and tell them to subscribe and join us on our Comfy Couch conversations, okay? Again, we always appreciate all of you for watching us and tuning in every week, and for all of your engagement. We just so appreciate it, and we hope to spread this work, okay? Take care. We'll see you next time. Toodles.